Hello, we are going to try something a little bit different this time and give you a video update. So we just want to share with you a little bit about what God's been doing in our lives, what we've been up to here in the month of November. Speaking of which, where all have we been over the course of this month?
Where have we been? Okay, we've been in Ohio, West Virginia, and then we went to Texas and New Mexico. So where have we been? That's a good question.
All over the place. Yeah, but we're in the spirit of November and Thanksgiving and all of that. We just wanted to share a couple things that we're grateful for, a couple blessings that the Lord's given us. One of those was being able to, for the first time in our 6 years of marriage, being able to host Thanksgiving. So I got to smoke a turkey. That was awesome. And we had some family come down from Ohio to visit with us and stay here. Some family came up from Florida and just all over the place to stay with us here in our home in Georgia. And so we were grateful for that, to be able to spend time with family, and that was a great blessing. Along with that, we had another great blessing, which was...
Yes, my sister had a new baby, so we're so thankful for new life. Her name's Isabella, and it is just such a blessing to get to have a new little baby in the family.
You thought we were going to make an announcement. No, not today. But a couple other things that we're thankful for, and the things that God's been teaching us along the way of deputation, being all these churches and all that. We were in a missions conference several weeks ago, and the man who was preaching was sharing out of Isaiah chapter 6 and the calling that God had on Isaiah's life. And really what he was telling us and what he was showing us from the scripture was how God had called Isaiah in a very obscure way. It wasn't specific. He basically just called him to follow him. Who's going to go for me? Who will I send? And Isaiah volunteered for the job, right? But if Isaiah would have known all of the things that would entail, all the suffering, all the difficulty, all the trials that would come with it, he may not have volunteered. But what he wanted to encourage us with was to volunteer to do whatever God has for you to do. Regardless of the difficulties, there's going to be far greater rewards and blessings that come along with following God's will for your life. And so he shared also that, Isaiah was able to write of kings, he was able to write of and prophesy of the Messiah to come, all because he was obedient to do what God had him to do. And so it was a blessing to me, it was an encouragement to me to follow the Lord's leading in my life. And so we're just so grateful for you all. We're grateful for your support and your prayers, and we're thankful that you are a part of our journey to get to Peru and be a part of the ministry there.
Face.
On the face.
Ornery face.
On the face.
Who has an ornery face?
Me.